It's a bold move that could redefine how the United States handles the delicate and often controversial issue of Americans wrongfully detained abroad. On September 5th, 2025, President Donald Trump took a decisive step by signing a groundbreaking executive order that empowers the U.S. government to officially label foreign countries as sponsors of wrongful detention. This action opens the door for imposing strict punitive measures, such as sanctions and other restrictions, on nations deemed responsible for holding Americans unjustly. But here's where it gets controversial. This isn't just about addressing isolated incidents. It's about confronting entire regimes accused of using American lives as bargaining chips in geopolitical games. Senior officials from the administration highlighted that the focus will be on countries currently holding Americans against their will, particularly those known for hostage diplomacy. Among those under scrutiny are China, Iran, and Afghanistan, with each being reviewed for potential designation under this new policy. The message from Washington is clear and uncompromising. As U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio put it, anyone who uses an American as a bargaining chip will pay the price. Rubio emphasized that this administration's commitment goes beyond rhetoric. It's about prioritizing Americans' safety and well-being. A high-ranking official elaborated that the consequences for these countries would mirror the U.S.'s approach to entities classified as foreign terrorist organizations. This means an arsenal of tools, including economic sanctions, tight export controls, and restrictions on individuals linked to wrongful detentions, such as barring their entry into the United States. In very direct terms, this new policy aims to upend the status quo where authoritarian states treat detained Americans like pawns in their political maneuvering. Since his inauguration, President Trump has consistently made the return of Americans held overseas a top priority. In fact, administration sources revealed that the government had successfully secured the release of 72 detained Americans, including cases from Russia and Afghanistan. "We've gotten a lot of hostages back," Trump proudly remarked during the executive order signing. The framework of the new policy includes a period of notification to the offending country after identifying instances of wrongful detention. This window offers them a chance to resolve the issue voluntarily before harsher U.S. penalties kick in. Interestingly, Trump retains the discretion to lift sanctions if progress is made, reflecting a flexible but firm approach designed to motivate these countries to act responsibly. The administration aims to send a powerful deterrent message: think twice before detaining an American, and return any currently held. Consider cases like Iran and Russia, which are believed to be holding approximately 8 or 9 Americans respectively. Iran, already designated by the U.S. as a state sponsor of terrorism, faces considerable sanctions. Russia, heavily sanctioned for its invasion of Ukraine, similarly remains a focal point in this tense dynamic. Earlier this year, reports confirmed that Washington had handed over a list of 9 Americans imprisoned in Russia, pressing for their release. The U.S. has seen some wins in this arena, such as the release of Mark Fogel, a teacher and former embassy staffer in Moscow, and Russian-American ballerina Ksenia Karelina. Additionally, the U.S.-China relationship has been strained by Beijing's use of exit bans on American citizens, often related to legal or regulatory disputes. For example, in July, the State Department announced that a U.S. government employee was prevented from leaving China, underscoring the ongoing frustrations. Concerns also extend to Venezuela, where Americans have faced detention pressures. Advocates like Global Reach, a nonprofit organization dedicated to securing the return of wrongfully detained Americans, applauded the executive order. CEO Mickey Bergman remarked that this move gives real teeth to U.S. efforts, sending a strong warning to countries that engage in hostage diplomacy. This development invites deeper questions. Will this hardline stance effectively reduce the wrongful detention of Americans abroad? Could it spark retaliatory moves or escalate tensions with certain countries? Some might argue that labeling states in this manner could complicate diplomatic relations and potentially jeopardize the very individuals the policy seeks to protect. What do you think? Is this the robust action needed to protect Americans overseas? Or could it backfire and make matters worse? Share your thoughts and join the conversation.